Morning everyone, this is Andy from UFOs and Other Paranormal Stuff. Just a quick little episode today about a strange sighting that we had on Saturday night to be precise. While my wife and I were sitting down watching a film, she jumped up and ran to the window as she could see some strange lights in the sky. She told me to come rushing over to the window to have a look as well, so I did. And what we saw was like something moving in the sky that had a light at the rear of it, so we could see where the vehicle was, but also it had like a spotlight, some people have said 2 spotlights, shining up at the clouds. The strange thing was there was no other lights on it, no anti-collision lights, no positioning lights, or even fog lights, like planes or helicopters would have. But also it was silent. Well, virtually silent. I mean, we live next to a main road, so all we could hear was the few cars that were going up and down that road. But this thing was silent, and for the size of it, even though it was night time, I could still sort of get an outline of the vehicle. It didn't look like a helicopter to me, and it did not sound like a plane. It didn't even look too much like a plane. But for the size of it, it was flying quite low, and like I said, there was hardly any sound. We should have heard sound from where we were sitting. We should have heard the sound even with the windows closed. But the point that I want to make is, why was it shining a spotlight up to the sky? Why was it shining spotlights up to the clouds? That seems strange to me. I've never seen that before. Anyway, we were interested about it, did some looking online, couldn't find anything about it. Until the next day, somebody else had posted a photograph of it online on Facebook. The photograph and the video that they took is on my Facebook page for the podcast. That's UFOs and Other Paranormal Stuff Facebook group. Now, I said that I don't know what it was, but that doesn't mean that nobody knows what it was. It could definitely have been something from Earth, but who knows? I'm not ruling out any possibilities that it was a UFO from outer space or something on Earth that maybe a lot of us have never seen before. Funny thing was, the same sort of thing was seen in more places than just Orpington, Bromley, Kent. It was also apparently seen up in Liverpool, Wales, Derby, Manchester as well as a few other places, Portsmouth as well on the south coast too. One Facebook user from Kent has said, "It disappeared right in front of us, hovering. I can't describe the movements, to be honest. It just wasn't flying like anything I've seen before, and a helicopter, if searching for someone, are not going to be looking in the sky for them." Aaron says, "Saw the same thing similar in Bristol yesterday." That would have been Saturday. Another user, Paul, has said that he's even seen it over Bradford, which is in the north of England. Emma has said, "When I saw it, it remained in the same place for a whole hour. I was on the A55 until eventually I had gone too far to see it. It must have been pretty high up if I could see it for that long, and quite a distance away too. There were planes as well going to and from Manchester Airport, and you could clearly see the difference. They were moving slowly across the sky, and you could just see their red lights flashing, getting lower and lower till out of sight. This thing didn't move the whole time." A lot of people have come on and said it's a helicopter, but someone has put on, "For all you skeptics out there, as a helicopter pilot myself, I can assure you that this is not a helicopter. No visible navigation or anti-collision lights, and the gimbal on the searchlight does not allow movement beyond the horizontal plane, which means the altitude of a craft would have to be nose up to create such a beam." A user called Lucy went on to say, "I saw something similar a few days ago. A helicopter went after it, so it definitely was not a helicopter. It looked completely different and moved differently. I assumed it was a drone of some sort, but to be honest, it would have to have been a pretty powerful drone." Someone else has gone on to say, "I saw this. I'm in North Wales and I was driving along the A55 at night, and me and my daughter were trying to work out what it was. We saw the same thing a week earlier. also on the A55, with no light coming off it. It definitely wasn't a helicopter. We were wondering why the beam was going up into the sky as well. Someone says it was seen in Portsmouth too. Thank you, Bridget. And Annie says that she saw in Dorchester as well, which is, I don't think that's too far away from Portsmouth. Anna asks a very good question. Why are we all seeing these celestial stuff more and more recently? Have we changed our perception, or are they showing themselves a bit more? Very good question. And finally, the last users, Andrew, has said, sent pictures showing something quite similar, not the same, but similar, over Cardiff as well. And I think those pictures were taken on Sunday. That would have been yesterday as well. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a fresh sighting of something that I know that I can't identify. Maybe you can. If you can, please go onto the Facebook group or the Facebook page or Twitter, Instagram, or even better, email me at UFOsandotherparanormalstuff, just to let me know your thoughts. Let me know what it is. Okay, and I shall be seeing you very soon. New episode out by the end of the week. Take care. Bye-bye.